Am I up now? What?
Yeah, you're up.
I can't hear anything in my headphones.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Why can't you hear me?
Unfortunately.
Whatever. Now that I heard. 8:06, Nashville's Morning News. I'm just going to continue like everything's normal, okay? But I can't hear anything in my headphones. Not a big deal. 615-737-9986. President said this yesterday. You know, somebody, some folks, I think one person, only one so far, has asked me if I'm still a Donald Trump supporter. What? My entire shtick today has been put everything in perspective. There's a lot of MAGA people today who are upset with Donald Trump's couple of things that Donald Trump said yesterday. But so I'm going through them as I cover the news every single day and I give my opinion. And so the president said a few things that I would say are decidedly anti-MAGA. And so we're going to go through them. But am I still a Donald Trump supporter? Are you kidding me? Of course I'm still a Donald Trump supporter. It's like what, I've been saying all morning long, and Jonathan Fahey actually talked a little bit about this as well, where I look at my relationship with the president or, frankly, any politician. We're going to agree on some stuff. We're going to disagree on other stuff, just like with your friends, just like your family, and just like, your spouse. I mean, you don't disconnect just because of one disagreement, do you? No, you don't. But this is one of those comments from yesterday that people listened to Donald Trump say, and they kind of freaked out a little bit.
But I have to view the presidency as a worldwide situation, not locally. I mean,
What? Are you kidding me? Folks, I want you to think about this. I'm not excited about this comment, and you shouldn't be either. I get what you're saying, that the president needs to be hyper-focused on what is happening here in America. But I want you to listen to everything that he says in this soundbite.
But I have to view the presidency as a worldwide situation, not locally. I mean, we could have a world that's on fire where wars come to our shores very easily if you had a bad president. We had a horrible president, and we ended up with Russia, Ukraine, and we ended up with other disasters, too. Don't forget, I put out 8 wars, 9 to come. I think I'll get the other one taken care of, but I put out 8 wars. And look at the damage that Russia, Ukraine has done to us as a country. I mean, we spent $350 billion. We're not spending any money anymore. Now they pay us through NATO.
So I get what the president is saying. What the president is saying, because I know that people were triggered by that one little comment where he's got to be focused on the world and not just, as he says, locally, which is America. But what happens around the world that does impact America? And he just gave a prime example where he says, listen, Russia, Ukraine, ultimately, under Joe Biden, of course, y'all know that Joe Biden just, blank check diplomacy, gave, billions of dollars to Ukraine to battle Russia. So that did impact us. And we could make the argument about Israel and Hamas and what is going on in the Middle East. I do believe that does impact America. Other people are going to say we don't. That seems to be one of the big arguments going on right now within the conservative movement. But President Trump, he is correct that what happens around the world does impact us here in America. So when he said that I've got to lead globally so that he can be effective, he can be an effective leader here at home. I understand what the president meant.
I got NATO to go from 2% to 5%. Well, that's very important. When you're president, you really sort of have to watch over the world because you're going to be dragged into it. Otherwise, you're going to be dragged into a world war. I think if I weren't president, first of all, that war would have never happened if I was president. And if I weren't president, that war could have led to World War III. It won't. It's not going to anymore. But when I first got in, I said, wow, this situation could lead to World War III. And I got NATO together. I got everybody together. But with all of that, I passed a great, big, beautiful bill, which is the biggest tax cuts in the history of our country. So when somebody like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's now catering to the other side, I don't know what, I guess she's, got some kind of an act going, but I'm surprised at her. But when somebody like Marjorie goes over and starts making statements like that, it shows she doesn't know. I don't devote.
All right, so that is Trump. And he was talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. As you may or may not know, we talked about it. She's been going off onto places like The View, and I don't remember where else she's gone. But Marjorie Taylor Greene does seem now to be the darling of the left. You know how this works, right? So if you are a Republican and you start bashing the president or having disagreements with the president, all of a sudden, you are cause celeb for the left, for the Democrats. Oh, we've got a former hardcore Donald Trump supporter. And suddenly she's speaking out against some of the things that the president is doing. And suddenly Marjorie Taylor Greene is on The View. So now that is how she's making a name for herself. Perhaps we'll get into that coming up maybe tomorrow or something. Marjorie Taylor Greene, if this is what she's going to do, that's what she's going to do. Listen, Marjorie Taylor Greene, if we're going to celebrate John Fetterman as coming over to our side when it comes to the big, beautiful bill or the continuing resolution, well, Marjorie Taylor Greene is doing what she's going to do. As long as she votes conservatively, and I haven't seen where she's going with a lot of this, but I think that she is most likely enjoying the limelight. I think that she is probably enjoying the love fest that is happening right now because she is willing to go after Donald Trump and say, well, I think that he's making a mistake here or there. That's going to happen. That is going to happen. And by the way, one of the things that she said, and I don't want to get into a Marjorie Taylor Greene thing this morning, but part of this is that, she really is going after Mike Johnson. I know we talked about that a few days ago, where she is really going after the Speaker of the House because she feels like he is rather inept. And by the way, I think that there is a lot of things that Mike Johnson has done that probably could have been managed better. So maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow. But her main gripe with Mike Johnson is that she doesn't feel like he is managing the House the way that it needs to be managed. But that's not where I want to go right now. Where I want to go is Donald Trump and the 600,000 Chinese students. This was Laura Ingraham. And again, this is an interview that a lot of people are focused on this morning. I've been playing selected audio bites throughout the morning. This is Donald Trump on the 600,000 Chinese students that he wants to let into our American universities, a concept I believe is just dumb and not America first.
Why, sir, is that a pro-MAGA position when so many American kids want to go to school and there are places not for them, and these universities are getting rich off Chinese money?
Sure. Never said about China, but we do have a lot of people coming in from China. We always have, China and other countries. We also have a massive system of colleges and universities. And if we were to cut that in half, which perhaps makes some people happy, you would have half the colleges in the United States go out of business.
So what?
Well, I think that's a big deal.
Are they fancy?
You would have the
historically, the United States?
Yeah, but you would have, as you know, historically, black colleges and universities would all be out of business. You would have a system of colleges and universities.
So we're dependent on China to keep our university system going?
But I think it's good to have. I actually think it's good to have outside countries. Look, I want to be able to get along with the world.
They're not the French. They're the Chinese. They spy on us. They steal our intellectual property.
What, do you think the French are better?
Yeah.
Did Donald Trump really say that the French are just as bad as the Chinese? So here's the thing. You heard Donald Trump say that he wants to get along with the rest of the world. That's fine. I totally get that. But this isn't a popularity contest. The whole point of MAGA was putting America first, not selling out to Xi Jinping. And so that's the thing. There is no way in you-know-where that we should be letting 600,000 Chinese students into this country. And you heard Trump say basically that the French are as bad as the Chinese, which is clearly wrong. And here's what I would have countered with the president. I would have said, listen, in your first administration, you had an entire program called the China Initiative through the Department of Justice to watch the Chinese espionage efforts. You didn't have the French initiative. You had the China Initiative. I understand that the leaders of the world, I used to call them the Cool Kids Club. I understand that the Cool Kids Club, you know, the Macron and all these other leaders, from Germany and Canada and so forth. They all think that they're the cool leaders across the world, and that you feel like you're part of the outside. And perhaps Donald Trump wants to feel like he is, part of the in crowd. I really don't know. But the French are not nearly as bad or pervasive as the Chinese. Now, Trump may not like the French. He may not like the French leader, but they're not as bad as the Chinese, clearly.
Really? I don't know. I'll tell you, I'm not so sure. We've had a lot of problems with the French, where we get taxed very unfairly on our technology, with, they put 25% taxes on American products. Look, assuming everyone treats us badly, because that's the way I am, but we take in trillions of dollars from students. The students pay more than double when they come in from most foreign countries. I want to see our school system thrive. But at the same time, I know you and I disagree. Yeah. We're never going to agree on it, but that's okay. And it's not that I want them, but I view it as a business. We have millions and millions of people. Also, you don't want to cut half of the people, half of the students from all over the world that are coming into our country, destroy our entire university and college system. I don't want to do that.
I wouldn't lose any.
And don't forget, MAGA was my idea. MAGA was nobody else's idea. I know what MAGA wants better than anybody else. And MAGA wants to see our country thrive.
So you heard what President Trump said right there at the end. I started MAGA, and I know what MAGA wants, and MAGA wants our country to succeed. I don't know. You think MAGA wants to see 600,000 Chinese coming into our country? No. And part of conservatism is competition. And if these schools cannot survive without importing hundreds of thousands of Chinese students, well, here's the deal. These 600,000 Chinese students will turn around and either spy on us or take American jobs. So if you've got a college that can't survive without all of these Chinese students, well, then maybe they don't survive. Top schools for Chinese students: USC in Los Angeles, NYU, of course, New York, University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, Purdue in Indiana, UC Berkeley, UC San Diego, University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, UCLA, and UPenn. Now, Vandy way back here in Nashville, Vandy way back in 2020 had all of 706. Now, they've more than doubled that at 1,500. That's right, 1,500. They say it is slowed a little, but that's how many we have. Crazy thing, though. Just back in May, I want you to think about how quickly the world changes. Back in May, the State Department had Chinese students in the crosshairs because of espionage. That's right. Camp Grayling in Michigan, 5 Chinese nationals were caught spying on one of our military installations. They were students at the University of Michigan. 2 Chinese nationals were caught illegally entering our Key West military base illegally. They were taking drone photos of naval bases in Norfolk, Virginia. And another Chinese national and student at Illinois Institution of Technology was sentenced to 8 years in prison after he was convicted of espionage and trade secrets. So I could go on and on about all of the issues that we've had with these Chinese students and these Chinese folks coming into our country and then finding out that, we have been spied on and they get busted for espionage. But how many of those 600,000 of those Chinese folks are going to be spying on America? And I know it's not going to be every single one. But I just don't think that we need 600,000 of these folks coming into our country every single year. Don't cozy up to your enemy. Don't educate your enemy, which is exactly what Donald Trump is doing. So basically, Trump is saying that in this answer, he wants to get along with the rest of the world. I kind of get that. But then he tries to justify importing these 600,000 Chinese students. And there is no justification for that. I mean, I haven't even gone down the road of the abuse of the visa system, where you have all of these students from India that also come into our country and also take the jobs of our young college graduates. and the rampant abuse that is happening in those particular visa programs. So there were some parts of this program, of this interview with Laura Ingraham, where the president, he didn't do real well. I'm just going to tell you, he didn't do real well. Does that mean that I'm not a supporter of Donald Trump? I'm a huge supporter of Donald Trump, which is why I talk about these things. Bottom line is, I think that maybe, perhaps, the president is listening to the wrong people. I mean, he pardoned Glenn Cassida and Cade Cothran. I told you earlier, whenever that was, a few days ago. That was a big mistake. I think bringing in 600,000 Chinese students is a huge mistake. I think the president has made some mistakes, but you know what else? I think the president has done a lot right. He has done a lot right. And again, and this whole show has been sort of the thread has been, look at all the president has done right. And so for me, it's not an all or nothing. We agree to disagree. Remember, cancel culture is from the left. And so if the president, if there's one thing or two things that you may disagree with him on, okay, well, you disagree with him on that. But realize what happens when the Democrats are in charge. I beg you to remember what those 4 years was like with Joe Biden. Mason's here in for Sam. Apparently, Joan, Sam couldn't take any more of you and he had to leave early.
Is it? I think it was that he had to go to school.
No.
He said his threshold is much lower on Tuesdays for Joan.
I got your threshold right here.
Okay. Calm down.
Watch it. She's going to make you eat another hairy fig.
Oh, stop.
By the way, so I don't know if you heard, Chris, and we don't have the audio. We did play it in the 5. But Murphy Show blamed me for what you did in vandalizing the studio.
Yeah, Chris.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I walk in, and this was this morning, and there's clearly like particle spray all over the $5 keyboard, the $15 phone thingy here, and $17 phone thingy, and this little mixer thing over here. Probably what, $25?
Yeah.
Thing. So,
but what you're seeing is the leftover of the spray. What you're not seeing is the COVID germs that Dan left all over the studio.
I had no COVID.
If that's COVID, that was the quickest recovery from COVID we've ever seen.
He said he slept for 14 hours.
I did. I slept for 14 hours yesterday. That's not COVID. That's exhaustion.
Little chicken soup for the soul.
No, there's no. Do you know? This is. Do you know what the only thing I ate yesterday is? You're going to be shocked by this. Joan, can you guess what the only thing I ate yesterday was?
A grilled cheese sandwich.
You know what? That's a very good guess. No. Chris, you're never going to guess. So just say, I don't know.
Figs from Joan's garden.
No hairy figs. I did tell my wife I want hairy figs in the house, though, just so you know, Joan.
Okay.
Do you know that the only
It's a good porn star name.
Yeah.
Hairy Fig?
Hairy Figs.
I ate a scoop of hot fudge.
Just a scoop of hot fudge?
That's it. And then I went back to bed. That's what I ate.
Wow.
Do you have...
Are you pregnant? Is that what's going on?
Well...
Are you one of those birthing persons?
It may look like that.
That we hear about?
Yeah, keep beating that. I'll look, 8 months pregnant as opposed to right now 6. Do you have a thing like that you have guilty pleasure? Do you have something like that?
What do you mean?
Like a guilty pleasure. Like if you're having a bad whatever and you eat something that is deliciously wonderful that you know that you shouldn't eat.
I don't emotionally eat. No.
I'm a totally emotional eater, actually.
But I did order some insomnia cookies last night at like 10 o'clock for me and the wife.
Insomnia cookies?
Yes.
What are those?
Just a little cookie shop down the street. So I got them from the Uber Eats.
What is in these insomnia cookies?
Just regular cookies, but they're good.
Is there anything in those cookies that might help you sleep?
There's no antifreeze like the crumble cookies, but they're pretty good.
Chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips.
Yeah.
Melatonin?
No, none of that.
Delta 8?
No.
Okay. I'm just asking a question.
No, that's going to be banned soon.
It is, thanks to the Republicans.
Yep.
What is going on?
The no fun Republicans is what I'm going to call them.
Yep.
Joan, you have very quickly, Joan, besides the hairy figs, do you have what is your guilty pleasure?
I like to get a spoon and get a big spoonful of peanut butter.
Mm.
Yeah.
So in the news at some point, Joan Jones choking on peanut butter. You know, my mother almost choked to death on peanut butter.
Really?
What?
Yeah, my mom almost choked on peanut butter. She was like you, Joan. She would eat peanut butter. What do you call it? That raw, whatever.
Yeah.
She would have big.
Yeah.
Did you know? Google this right now, Chris.
That would be an embarrassing way to go.
How many people die of mainlining peanut butter? Of eating peanut butter straight off the spoon?
Is that what you call it?
No, probably not. I think mainlining is something different. So that's how you people know that I'm not a drug addict. I don't even know what Mason's a druggie. Hey, Mason, what does mainlining mean?
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Mainlining is something like in your arm, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, you know what? Hey, Joan, if you don't want to choke to death on peanut butter, mainline.
Dan's pushing fake news, by the way.
There are
no.
There are no official statistics on how many
Available
people
for-
die
yeah.
from mainlining peanut butter each year.
Well, you said mainlining.
But
How many people choke to death on peanut butter?
That's what it says officially. I changed the verbiage to be more hip and cool.
He's trying to.
sticky foods like peanut butter, though, do increase the risk of choking.
There you go. So, Joan,
Yeah.
it's been nice knowing you. So, do you know what my mom had to do? She actually told me about this. She had to find a chair because she was a nurse. Remember?
She had to Heimlich herself?
She had to Heimlich herself.
Wow.
And she Heimlicked herself.
What a beast.
I know. She was like,
She
wow.
must have been scarfing it down because I think it takes a lot to, really cause you to choke.
I don't know. I didn't ask her how much peanut butter she choked on, just that she choked on peanut butter. And I said, Mom, what is wrong with you? You know that statistics show.
So that's fake news, Danny.
Fake. Danny.
She did. She called me Danny all the time.
Hot dogs are the leading food-related cause of choking deaths.
Okay, do you know why that is? Because that stupid Nathan's hot dog eating contest they do every year. People actually die during that stupid hot dog eating contest. You ever seen that, Joan?
Yeah, I
People actually
used
die.
to watch that, yeah.
Do people really
They've
choke
never
on
died
hot
during
dogs?
that, right?
That's
Yes,
they
they have.
say that's the biggest one.
Hot dogs?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Hot dogs and other foods cut into coin shapes are the leading cause of choking fatalities.
Are Harry Figs on the list?
Nope.
What other foods are cut into coin shapes?
I don't know. I'm just reading.
Coin shape. Okay.
Well,
Coin shape.
Well,
kielbasa.
otherwise known as a fancy hot dog. Kielbasa is a fancy hot dog. Is it not?
Polish.
I guess.
Yeah. But here's a clue, folks. If you don't want to choke on a coin-shaped piece of food, chew.
Pro tip. Don't eat, and then you don't have to worry about choking.
go.
Listen, all you got to do is eat hot fudge and Harry Figs. You'll be okay.
This is 2025. You can get your nutrients through an IV. No worry of choking.
1822. How about a peanut butter suppository? You know?
But why would you?
Won't be choking on it.
Whatever. All right. Hey, real quick, what did you bring to this?
I found a news story that I thought was interesting, and I'd love to get the group's comments on it.
Okay.
There's a 34-year-old woman suing an ex-boyfriend,
Okay.
demanding compensation because she had her childbearing years stolen from her.
Oh, let's listen to this.
A 34-year-old woman is demanding her ex-boyfriend pay compensation, claiming he stole her childbearing years. After nearly a decade together, she says her 38-year-old ex ended things just as she was ready to start a family. She said she put her career and her goals on hold, believing they'd have kids, and now wants him to cover fertility treatments like egg freezing or IVF. Now, the story from the New York Post has gone viral, sparking a debate. Some call it justified. Others say it's absurd to blame an ex. Legal experts say her case wouldn't hold up in court, but it is raising some questions about love, timing, and who really pays the price when relationships end. So what do you think? Does she have a point? Let us know.
Love and timing.
I'm sorry, when did we enslave women in this country?
That's a good point.
Joan?
Oh, we didn't. Yeah. Despite all those people that look like the handmaid, whatever.
Oh.
Listen to the quote from the New York Post article. He tells me he feels at 38 as though he still has a decade of enjoying his lifestyle and powering through with his career, and he's not ready for marriage and children. But he knows it has become a priority for me, so he is off.
Well, okay, how long were they together?
Did she say 10 years?
Over a decade.
Over a decade.
Okay, that sounds like a you problem, honey.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but that does. That sounds like a
Read-
you problem.
Here
Read the room,
hold on.
honey.
Oh, here's another quote. This one's from the woman. Here I am at 34, eggs twitching. Ready for the marriage and parenthood stage of life.
Eggs twitching. Legs twitching. Do you say
eggs?
Eggs twitching.
Eggs twitching.
I didn't know eggs twitched.
They do. Unexpectedly single and emotionally devastated. I am tipping into the furious phase of the grief cycle because I feel as though he owes me a big time and I want him to pay.
So did he lie to her? Is that what the point is?
No, it seems like they just came to a crossroads and he says, I don't really want to do children. I want to focus on the career.
Again, that's her problem. I mean, am I sounding heartless, Joan?
No, and I think that listening to her discussion, I think she's going to be single for a long time.
The woman further explained that she had made some career sacrifices to accommodate her ex's ambitions, as they had verbally agreed that he would be the primary earner should they have children. Now I feel like these compromises have left me vulnerable, and I am seeking compensation, she fumed. Yeah. Surely he should have some responsibility for helping me mitigate the damage to our plans caused by his change of heart and broken promises.
Well, I think that she made a choice. Sometimes you got to just, cut bait, lady.
Yeah.
Woman. Everything I say sounds like so sexist. Lady, woman.
Well, we're used to it.
Chick.
Broad.
Sweetheart.
Okay, the two of you.
Here's
You're
my thing.
on probation now.
I don't know what she's worried about. We watched Father of the Bride 2 the other night.
Okay.
Diane Keaton has a baby in that movie, and she's like almost in her 50s.
Huh.
So don't worry about it. I saw it.
You do know that was Hollywood, right?
I saw it in Father of the Bride 2. You'll be all right.
Well, sometimes the vasectomy doesn't work, and it happens that way.
Sometimes it doesn't take, Joan.
Oh, come on,
I know,
you two.
I've heard this.
You can stop it.
It's statistically more proven than choking on peanut butter.
Right.
So I'll just let you know that. Statistically speaking, that happens more often than people choking on peanut butter, Dan.
Yeah, it happens. Oh, Dan, that's right.
There are numbers for that.
Got a vasectomy.
Yeah.
At least, are you going to test the waters and see if it worked, or what do you think? Are you too nervous now?
Well, unless I want a life of no intimacy with a little woman, then I'm going to have to test the waters at some point.
Going to have to test the waters
soon, I hope. I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Man, we learned so much about you.
You know what? I love and hate these segments. Okay, but I'm going to throw this out at you, Chris Hand.
All right, throw it out.
And Joan Jones.
Yeah.
And Mason, who's conveniently staying quiet.
Yeah.
What if the man said to the woman, "Sure, I want to have kids. Let's try." But he had a vasectomy years ago.
Oh, the sneak vasectomy.
Yes.
Ooh.
Like that can actually happen.
Sperm rates plummet.
So, no. But if that was the case, then does she have a right to sue?
Does she still think she's entitled to compensation if the boys can't swim? That's what you're getting at.
Well, if he lied and didn't tell her that he had a vasectomy and he is going through the motions of, trying to have a baby and he's saying, maybe this is the time, honey, and then it turns out he's been lying and that he can't father children, then I think that perhaps she has a claim. Joan?
That would be dastardly.
Men have done that.
I have a feeling this has a lot less to do with him wanting or not wanting children, and a lot more to do with the woman that he was with. And this was just the convenient out.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that makes sense. But she's the nincompoop in the news, Murphy Show, who decided to stay with the guy for 10 years, and at
the
some
only thing
point,
that could make this worse is that they owned a dog together, and one of them wants custody. Those are always interesting fights.
It is stunning to me how many people. Do you know I had somebody in my life one time, many, many, many years ago, that said that they were staying with their spouse because they didn't want to give up the dog.
That's weird.
I said, wait, so you mean to tell me that you are going to stay in a marriage that is not working because you don't want to lose custody of a dog? Get another one.
That must have been an awesome dog. It's my only justification.
I guess. I don't think there's an awesomest
I didn't say it was
dog
good.
worth it to stay in a bad marriage.
Reasoning.
Yeah.
People are saying in this article that you need to focus on the 2-year rule. If the relationship's not going somewhere within 2 years, then you got to cut bait. That's the expiration date.
I think that's a good plan.
2 years?
2 years.
If 2 years, if you're in the zone, the baby zone.
They weren't married, right?
No.
So I mean.
Oh wait, no. I think they were married. Yes.
Okay.
She said boyfriend in the beginning.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
All right. So
I know.
So here's a clue. First of all, I don't know, maybe get married, but I think that if she spent too much time with him, that's the bottom line. She spent too much time with him. If she wanted kids, then she should have moved on down the road.
Plenty of fish, Dan.
There's plenty of fish in the sea. Maybe the lake too. Just stay away from Old Hickory because it's gross.
It's gross. Mm-hmm. We learned something today.
What's that?
Be careful with peanut butter.
Somebody said big peanut butter is the reason why we're not getting any statistics on peanut butter choking incidents.
Big peanut butter needs to be brought down.
Listen, I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Yeah.
You got to watch out for that big peanut butter.
Or are the statistics coming out because of a big jam smear campaign?
Well, Big Jam has been partners with Big Peanut Butter for a long time.
Nutella's been trying to wedge their way into that relationship.
They sure have.
Do you know what I like with my peanut butter?
What's that?
Cheese.
What did you say?
Peanut butter and cheese.
Okay. I don't think we have enough time to unpack this.
So good.
I didn't know Joan was a commie.
It's gross.
So good.
Okay.
You should try it.
And
American cheese, like the kind of cheese that's not real cheese, American cheese.
And you reproduced and everything.
I did.
Okay.
That would have been the cut bait sign for me, I'll tell you that much.
Red flag. All right.